Today's workout, we're going to go through our standard progression. We're going to warm up, practice all 5 of the exercises in our circuit. We're going to do 4 rounds of that, spending 1 minute at each exercise, and then get a 1 minute rest at the end of each circuit. And then we're going to finish up with stretching. So we will be doing some overhead work today, and this is an upper body workout. So just be mindful of how you're feeling. Make sure that you're moving well, number 1, and then start to try to move a lot. That's always a priority. So does anyone have any aches or sorenesses I should be aware of before we get started? Feeling good? All right. So let's get to it. We're going to start with our warm-up. We're going to be performing the workout primarily in sitting. Start in sitting. If you're going to be performing the workout primarily in standing, start in standing. Okay. So let's start by gently rolling our head around in a circle. Rolling from your right shoulder to your left shoulder, stretching out your head and neck, and through all the little nooks and crannies of your neck. Stretching the sides, stretching the front, stretching the sides, stretching the back. Form some easeful breathing as you're rolling your head around. And reverse. Your neck rolls going the other direction. Getting some easeful stretches. All right. And then start to incorporate the rest of your body into the rotation. So if you're standing, you're going to pivot over your pelvis here. Rotating around. See how far around you can get. If you have a backrest behind you that you start to bump up against, scoot forward in your chair a little bit so that you don't bump up against it, and then start to challenge your abdominals a little bit here to keep yourself upright, but twisting around. So going around clockwise. If you're in standing, you can put your hands on your hips and then work on pushing your hips forward and around, and rocking yourself around. Getting these twists. Go, and then reverse your twists, rotating around. So if you're going clockwise before, go counterclockwise now, and vice versa. Working these rotations, getting your core to turn on a little bit. All right, and then next we're going to take our hands down to the ground and then rotate around. Big circle, hands come down to the ground, you hinge forward or squat down to the ground, and then you rotate around, so we're bringing arms out to the left, up and overhead, arms go down to the right, and then back down to the ground. If you're doing this in standing, you're doing a little squat, taking up all that space. And if you're doing this in a chair, you're hinging forward. So as best you can, try to keep your spine flat and straight. As you rotate around, splay your fingers wide, take up all that space. The other direction. So if you're going clockwise before, go counterclockwise. If you're going counterclockwise before, go clockwise now. Take up all the space. Be aware of your surroundings, don't knock anything over. Good. All right. And then next, we're going to bring our arms into the front, bending your elbows, hands in front like you're covering your face. And then we're going to reach out to the side as far as you can to the right, and then bring them back into the middle, and out as far as you can to the left, going side to side. So if you're sitting, you're going to hinge forward, and then reach out to the side, and then hinge forward again, and bring your arms down. If you're doing this in standing, you're going to squat down into the crouch, and then reach out to the side. Squat, reach out to the side. Squat, reach out to the side. Reach out as far as you can. We're moving a little bit faster than what we were doing before. Challenge your abdominals. Challenge your reach. If you're doing this in a chair, just make sure you don't fall out of your chair. Good. 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to take our arms, swing them across your body to the front. You can add a little bit of twist in your torso. If twisting your torso doesn't feel good for you, you can simply just keep your torso square and swing your arms across your body. Sitting or standing. So these movements are starting to come a little bit faster, larger amplitudes. We started slow and we're progressively moving faster. Good. Arm circles. Going up and forward, and then reverse it. Back and forward. Good. And then some jumping jacks. Hopping in place. Bring your arms up overhead and then back down. You can hop apart and then together. If the hopping doesn't feel good to you or is impractical, you're going to bring your arms up overhead and quickly back down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Split jacks. Arms come across your body and then apart. Give yourself a big bear hug and then open up your arms as far wide as you can. Feet are hopping back and forth in a split stance, alternating the front foot. Good. You're alternating the top arm, doing back slappers. If the hopping doesn't feel good to you, that's for seated and standing athletes. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. So heart rates should be a bit elevated at this point. How are we doing? Good, good, good. All right. So let's go into the practice round. So first up is going to be the 1-4-1 offset row. So for this, you're going to need a backpack full of books. So here I got my backpack. I got some books in it. It's pretty heavy. And then what we're going to do, you're going to first make sure that you cinched up the straps on your backpack. If you're not using a backpack, use whatever weights you have available to you. What we're going to do is you're going to grab the weight by the sides or by the straps of the backpack. You're going to hinge forward, and then you're going to pull to one hip. So I'm pulling to my right hip, and then back down. Or sorry, we're going to pull up, hold there for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower down, and alternate sides. Now, let's incorporate the breath. So this is going to be 2 full breaths at the top here. And then back down. Good, so if that's for standing, for a seated athlete, you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna be seated in a chair, hinge forward, try to keep your back as flat as possible, pull to your hip, hold it there, and then back down, alternating sides. So make sure you got an appropriate weight for you. Try to have something that's doable but challenging. How are we doing? Good, all right. Let's keep going. So the next one is going to be the 1-4-1 single arm overhead press. So here we're going to hold the isometric at the bottom of the overhead press. So you're going to take your weight, hold it in the front so your elbow points forward. And then from here, you're going to pause at the bottom. So your upper arm should be pointed straight forward. From there, hold for 4. Press up, lower down. And then make sure your elbow points straight forward. Hold there. Good. And then make sure you practice this on the other side. Make sure you have an appropriate weight for both arms. There you go. And holding at the bottom again, making sure you're engaged. Don't get lazy. Don't just let the weight hang on you. I want you to be constantly having to resist that downward pressure of the weight. All right. We doing good with the 1-4-1 overhead presses? Lauren, do you have a question?
I looked at myself when I'm doing it and I feel like I'm here, but I'm really, I don't know. It's weird when I'm resisting, like you said, instead of just going down, when my whole upper arm is going forward. I feel it a lot right here, and I keep wanting to go like that. Is that normal?
Is it painful or does it feel like you're working hard?
Both. It
Both?
doesn't hurt badly, but it's a little, just like maybe a 0.5.
Try pointing your pinky away from you and your thumb towards you. How does it feel
Oh,
now?
I can do that.
How does that
Yeah,
feel?
that's fine then. That's much better.
Does that cause any pain at all?
That totally changes it. It's
Mhm.
better.
Yeah, so make
So,
sure.
but ideally, you're doing this, right?
No, that's just because I'm holding a backpack and it kind of torques my arm a little bit.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you.
You want your forearm straight up and down.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Good question. All right, let's move on here. Next is going to be the rainbow slam. For this, you guys are going to need your handy dandy slam balls. If you don't have a slam ball, you can simply just take a towel and throw that around. If you have downstairs neighbors, we're just not going to let go of the slam ball. All right, so for the rainbow slam, you're going to have the ball off to your side. You're going to hinge down, pick it up, bring it up overhead, throw it down. Make sure you're hinging down and go meet it at the ground, and then pick it up, go to the other side. So here's the rainbow. Arcing up and over, throwing it down. And like I said before, if you don't want to be creating too much noise, you can simply just fling it down without letting go. Fling it down without letting go. Same thing for standing athletes. You're going to squat down to it, pick it up, throw it down, squat down to it to meet it at the ground, pick it up, and squat down to meet it at the ground. Going back and forth. All right, practice that going side to side. Make sure you got the rhythm down. All right, any questions on rainbow slams? You good? All right, let's keep moving here. Next up is going to be the 141 single arm lateral raise. For this, you're going to want a light to moderate weight for you. So here I got physical therapy for children. This thing probably weighs like 7 to 8 pounds. And then what you're going to do, you're going to lift the book up or the weight, hold here at the top for 4 seconds, 2 full breaths, and then lower down. There we go. And make sure it feels good both sides. There you go. So find an appropriate weight for yourself. How are we doing with those single arm lateral raises? Good? Any questions? All right, let's keep moving. Last up on the workout regimen for today is the side bend. So for this, you're going to take your heavier weight and we're simply going to side bend down and then pull the weight back up. Tilting down and back up. Keeping your hand on your hip or on the side of your chair for support if you need. If you feel like you don't need that support and maybe you could use a more challenge, bring your arm over your head and then perform that lift. And that will force even more work into your obliques here. Make sure you test out both sides. Make sure this works for you. All right. How are we doing with those side bends? Good. All right. Who's ready to get this workout on the road? Let's do it. So let's get set. Let's grab your weights. Let's get ready for that 141 offset row. Let me grab my stopwatch and let's get to it. Take your backpacks, take your dumbbells, whatever weights you have, and let's get ready to start pulling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Pull to your hip. Lower down and then switch. Good. Keep working side to side, making sure that you're maintaining this level spine as best as you can. Same thing standing or seated. The same principles apply here. Pulling up. And then down. Good. To make this just a smidge harder, keep the bag away from touching your hip. Don't let it touch. Good. You got one more full repetition here. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Single arm overhead presses. So take your weight into a front rack position and then press straight up overhead, lower down, and then hold that bottom position for 4 seconds here. Good, keep it going. Get one more rep on this side. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Try to keep your forearm as vertical as possible. Press up overhead, lower down, hold for 4. That's it. Keep it going. 10 seconds left. Get one more full repetition in. Easeful breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Put the weights down. Grab your slam balls. Put it off to your side. And then let's pick it up and throw it down to the other side. Side to side. There you go. Keep working. Move side to side, move efficiently. Make sure you try to keep a neutral spine as best you can. Squatting or hinging down to meet the ball on the ground. Remember, you can always make less noise by simply not letting go. There we go. Keep it moving. Keep breathing. Less than 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Let's go. Keep moving, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Single arm lateral raises with a 1-4-1 tempo. Grab your light to moderate weight, up tall, raise up, hold there for 4. Lower down. Good. Make sure as you're doing this, you're sitting as tall as possible. Great posture here is critical. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Imagine like you're stuck between 2 walls. You have to move straight to the side. That's it. Keep moving. Keep breathing. We got 12 seconds left, so we got 1 or 2 reps left. Keep it up. Breathe through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Put those weights, the smaller weights to the side. Grab your bigger weights again. Let's work your side bends. Just a consistent pace here. No tempo involved. Starting with your hand on your hip or on your chair, or taking your arm overhead to add to the challenge. Make sure you're going straight to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Remember, imagine like you're stuck between 2 walls, one in the front, one in the back, and you're moving straight to the side. So avoid flexing forward, avoid hyperextending to the back. Keep everything as neutral as possible. That's it, you guys. Keep it up. We got 10 seconds. Keep breathing. You're almost there. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a rest break. All right. How was that, you guys? All right. Does anyone need any extra time during any of the transitions? No? All right. Doing good. Does anyone need any modifications based on the first round? Is everything working out for you? All right, good. So continue to catch your breath. Get some water. Focus on easy breathing. We got About 20 seconds left of this break. So let's wind things down, and then we're gonna wind it back up again for round 2. Oops, let's bring up the stopwatch. So we got about 10 seconds left. So get in position, grab your heavier weights, and let's get started with those offset rows with the 1-4-1 tempo. Get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull to your right, hold for 4. And down, and to the other side. And down, and continue alternating sides. There you go. Keep breathing, keep holding. Keep it up, keep going. Steady work. This should feel fairly challenging, something that you definitely get fatigued from doing, but you can do it. That's it, we're 30 seconds in, so keep working it side to side. If you keep that bag off your hip, it's gonna be notably harder because we're lengthening the lever arms that you have to fight against. Keep going, keep breathing. Good. Steady breath, steady rhythm. That's it, less than 10 seconds left. Get one more full rep in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work those single arm overhead presses, 1-4-1 tempo. Press up, lower down, hold at the bottom, point your elbow straight forward for 4 seconds, and then press back up. And press up. Keep it going. Let me check the timer. You got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. Hold that front rack position. Try to keep your forearm as vertical as possible to the floor. And then press up. Good, we got less than 10 seconds left, so get one more full repetition in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Rainbow slams. Put those weights off to the side, put your ball to your side, hinge or squat down to it, pick it up all the way up overhead, slam it down. Work it side to side. If you can move fast, move fast. If moving fast doesn't feel good to you, that's okay. Move at your pace, but work these large circular arc motions and throw that ball down. There we go. Keep it moving, keep breathing, working a squat or a hip hinge down to the ball. As best as you can, avoid flexing your spine, avoid grounding. Try to keep your chest wide the entire time. That's it, you guys. Keep your chest wide. That's it. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Done. Single arm lateral raises. 1-4-1 tempo. That's it. Keep going with it. Keep breathing. Steady rhythm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. That's it, you guys. Keep breathing. Keep going. Got 10 seconds left, so get at least one more full repetition in. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. End of round 2. All right. Oh yeah, side bends, side bends, side bends. I saw someone pointing at me like I'm crazy. All right, side bends. Oh, you guys almost got off easy. Work those side bends. There we go. Reaching down, get that stretch, and then pull on back up. Keep breathing, keep working. That's it, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Switch. All right. Make sure you switch sides. Working on training those obliques. Move under control. Make sure you're not herky-jerky with this. You should own every part of this. You should be able to start and stop at any point. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Done for real on this round.
Now you get a rest break. All right, so get some water again, slow down your breathing. Work on lowering the excitement of your nervous system. Bring it to a calm, just so that we can ramp it up all again. All right, how are we doing thus far?
So far, so well.
All right, good. So let's keep at it. Let's keep moving at your pace. We're going to rounds 3 and 4 next. So as you get tired, make sure you're monitoring yourself and being honest with yourself. If you need to take a regression and lower the weights, that's totally fine. The main thing is move really well. That's always the #1 priority. All right, let's get started with round 3 with the 1-4-1 offset row in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Work on pulling to the side, hold at the top for 4 seconds, steady breathing, engaging your core. The more you hinge forward, the more it's going to challenge your abdominals. Just don't fall over. That's also a requirement. Keep breathing. There you go. Make sure you are under complete control of the movement. That's what these isometrics are really good for, is learning to own the movement, particularly getting strong at weak points. Good. So you can apply this to whatever exercise you struggle with. If you know there's a certain part of the movement that's tough for you, you can work isometrics to target that spot. Good. 3, 2, 1. Done. Work the 1-4-1 single arm overhead press. Make sure you're keeping your forearm as vertical as possible. Pressing up. And work that breath. Stay under control. Keep your elbow pointed forward. Pinky should point away from you. Thumb should point towards you. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. Make sure you're not bopping yourself in the head with your backpack, like me. Steady breathing. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rainbow slam. Grab your ball, put your weights to the side, pick up the ball, throw it down, pick it up, throw it down. Whoop, whoop. If it gets away from you, go get it. Pick it up, throw it down again. You can make noise, make lots of noise. It's okay to yell at your slam ball. The slam ball does not have feelings. If there's anything that is bothering you today, you can tip it out on this poor towel. That's it. Keep going. Keep breathing. Throw it down. Keep that consistent breath while you move explosively, but under control. Good. Less than 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. So next we're going to do the single arm lateral raises, 1-4-1 tempo. Keep it up, keep going. Work on staying up as tall as you can. Good. And one little thing here, if you want to challenge your core even more, take your hand off your hip. Switch sides.
Good. What we're doing here is we're working on anti-side bend. And that's going to train your obliques similar to how we do with the side bends, but we're working the isometric of that instead of the active version. We got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. So speaking of side bends, let's side bend. So you can do this with your hand on your hip, hand on your chair, or hand overhead. If that added challenge works for you. Work on clean motions. You should be able to start and stop at any point of the movement. If you are moving out of control, that is not what we want. We want smooth motion. Switch sides. That's it. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Under control. 10 seconds left. Good job, you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right.
End of round 3. All right. We got one more round left. Who's got more gas in the tank? All right. I see thumbs up. Maybe half tank left. All right. But that's okay. Use whatever you got. Pay attention to your body. If you notice that you're slowing down, maybe your form doesn't feel quite right, make sure you take the time to correct it. If you can't correct it right away, lighten your loads and then move well. All right. We got 20 seconds left of this break. Get another swig of water. Take a few more nice, easeful breaths. And let's get ready to rock and roll for our 4th and final round here. All right. Let's get to it. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work those 1-4-1 offset rows. Hinging forward, flat back, pull to your hip, hold for 4. Working side to side. Alternating. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Oh, you guys. Keep going. Keep holding steady. Hold strong. Still breathe though. It's like what the yoga instructors always tell you. Brace your core and breathe at the same time. What the heck does that mean? Good. We're working on being able to do that. Being able to maintain your breath while maintaining core tension. 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to single arm overhead press with that 1-4-1 tempo. Again, as you get tired, you might start to compensate a little bit. Make sure your forearm is perpendicular to the ground and you hold the bottom of that front rack steady. Good, keep it up. And switch sides. All right, keep working it. Pressing up from that front rack. Lower down, hold. Keep it up, let's go. Home stretch, you got less than 10 seconds left. One more full repetition. Let's go, you guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slam balls. All right. Take your ball, put it to the side, pick it up, throw it down. Pick it up, throw it down. And remember, flat backs, hinging if you're doing this in sitting. Ideally, flat back, avoid curling in your back. So keep your chest as wide as you can. That's going to help promote this solid athletic spine position. Athletic spines are powerful spines. They're efficient, biomechanically strong. That's why we want to promote that neutral spine. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Keep it going.
Home stretch, you guys. Keep slamming side to side. Wide chest through the spine. Explosive movement. Let's go. 10 seconds left. Wrap it up. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. We're going to go with the 1-4-1 single arm side lateral raise. Lift up. Lower down. That's it, you guys. Keep breathing. Keep working it. One more full repetition. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch side. Let's go. Keep breathing. Steady rhythm, steady breathing. Woo, good job. 10 seconds left. We got at least one more full rep in. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Side bends. Last exercise of the circuit. But pretend you're stuck between two walls to the front and the back. And side bend. Straight down the side. Working these obliques. That's it. Good job, you guys. Take whatever version suits you best. Make sure you're moving well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Switch sides. Keep it going. Keep breathing. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Put the weights down. Get some oxygen. Get some water.
Whew. Great work, you guys. All right. How are we doing after our circuit? Good? All right. I see thumbs up, head nods, and it looks like people are breathing hard. Excellent. So take another 30 seconds here to wind down. There we go. And then we're going to stretch out in a few seconds here. That was great. All right. So we're going to stretch it out in a bit. So you can do this in standing or sitting, whatever works for you. All these stretches should be pretty doable from whatever position. So let's get to that.
First stretch we're going to do is a little cat-cow. So if you're doing this in a chair, you're going to have your hands on knees. You're going to push your belly forward, arching your spine, looking up at the ceiling, roll your shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. Poke your spine backwards towards the backrest or towards the wall. Look down at your belly button. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Push back. On hands and knees, we're going to inhale, arching our belly towards the floor, looking up at the ceiling. And then exhale, arching our spine towards the ceiling, looking at our belly button. You're keeping back and forth. Work on some gentle oscillations there in your spine. Easy breathing. There you go. And then we're going to work now into the posterior cuff stretch. Take your right hand, bring it across your body. Take your left hand, grab hold of your right elbow, and gently pull across your body. Ideally, take your left hand and reach from underneath. That allows you to cradle your arm. Then you can relax into that position just a little bit more. Gentle tugs on your shoulder. Key is gentle, slow. Think like you're holding a baby and you're trying to rock it to sleep. Only this time the baby is your shoulder. Take a few more easeful breaths. And switch sides. Reaching your left arm across your body, take your right hand, reach underneath, grab hold of your elbow, and then gently pull. Across your body. Easy oscillations. There we go. Next, we're going to go into a little mermaid pose. So you're going to reach one hand down the side of your chair, down the side of your leg, and then you're going to reach your left hand up and over your head, stretch down, reach through your fingertips, and then go to the other side. Alternating sides, easeful stretches. Get that stretch on the top side of your ribs and the lat. Easy breathing. We were just working a lot of the obliques here, the sides of your body, these lateral slings. Now we're working on stretching them out. Good. Next, we're going to do a little tricep bicep stretch flow. So we're going to take our right hand, reach it up over your head, behind your head, and reach down your back as far as you can. Maybe give a little overpressure with your left hand. And then exhale, bring your arm down, reach your hand behind you as far as you can. Stretch and create length in your bicep. And then flow between those two positions. Keep your chest as square as possible. That's going to help optimize the stretch in both ends. Your body will naturally want to twist to get out of the tension, but we want to ease you into that tension. Really reach through your fingertips. Try to make your arm as long as possible as you reach back to the bicep stretch. Good. Let's switch sides. Taking your left hand, reach it up and over behind your head, down your back as far as you can. Maybe give a little overpressure with your right hand. And then exhale, reach behind you, create that length in your left bicep. And then flow between those two positions. Good, one or two more. We'll finish up with a cactus pose stretch. So take your arms in front of you, bend your elbows at 90 degrees, fingers point up to the ceiling, put your hands and your elbows together. This is a closed position. Open up to cactus, so your elbows go out to the side, fingers still point up to the ceiling. Stretch the pecs here, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then reach up overhead, touch your thumbs together. Exhaling, and then inhale back to the cactus. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, overhead. Reach those fingertips. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, close. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, overhead, reach. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, close. Take a couple more flows through those positions. Good. At your pace. That's it. One more. Good. All right. Take 1 or 2 nice full breaths. Good job, you guys. Good work today. Good circuit, good stretch. All right. How are we feeling? Good. All right. What was challenging for today?
Still the lateral arm raises.
Oh, the mermaid pose?
No, with the weights, the lateral.
Yeah, the lateral raises.
Yeah,
Those were burners
Yeah.
last too.
have to really concentrate on that.
I felt when I did the side bend with my arm over, I could feel where I was not doing it as effectively before. And it helped me to realize that I had to work a little bit harder, even though I wasn't able to move as far.
Yeah, good. It will definitely, it's more intense, and so it will point out the areas where maybe you might have been kind of wiggling around, sticking.
Yeah.
Good.
Rainbow slams.
Rainbow slams.
Oh, totally. That
Rainbow
too.
I hate
slams.
rainbow slams.
Rainbow slams.
Yeah.
It was hard for me in the rainbow slam to not be leaning too far forward and resting on my leg
The
and still getting side to side to the floor.
the key thing is I just want you as upright as possible, and that the key word is as possible, and make it work for you that way. But yeah, definitely, it's a great cardio component to work out.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys,
For me, I think it's when I reach for it on the floor, then I collapse more. So I wasn't putting it all the way on the floor and then staying up more instead.
it's a good adaptation. I guess.
Say it again.
It's a good adaptation, bringing the floor to you.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your evenings, and I will see you guys on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.